It is said the only constant is change in college football, but over more than 150 years, there have been some things that you can count on. If you can run the football, you have a chance to win. And boy, do we have guys who can do that in this one. Welcome, everyone, to Louisville, Kentucky, L&N Stadium, home of the Cardinals. The Longhorns have been waiting and waiting, and finally the moment is coming and the opening of the season. He'll bring it out. It's golden. Not nearly as much as he'd hoped when he brought it out in the end zone. He'll be stopped at the 15. So Louisville's offense will have the first crack at it in this one. And when you go to market for a veteran quarterback, you want a guy who can come in, command respect, immediately become the starter, and Jesse, they think they found him.
Yeah, and I'm excited to see how he's going to perform today. I know he was really excited about this opportunity, and David, he chose this situation specifically for a national championship and to have an opportunity. The next level. Now he's got to go show it, right? We've seen this guy play before. We've seen him have success. This is a big stage for him today.
No doubt. I think all eyeballs will be on him, right? Even his teammates, they're going to be watching every single move. He was the guy that was talked about to come in, to take over, to lead this team. He's making the money. That's talked about as well. So let's see how he responds, and let's see how he gets his career going in a new spot.
Not exactly the ideal situation for this offense. Third and long, backed up inside their 20. Now the play fake. And that defense gets to him, and down he goes at the 9.
And that is how you silence this raucous crowd. Defensively on the road. First drive of the game, setting the tone, getting a huge sack on third down.
And the Cardinals will line up to punt it away. A quick 3 and out, and they're already giving up the ball. He's got it near midfield. Not able to pop the big return, but they've got the ball back and ready to go with a fresh possession. So the Texas Longhorns offense has the ball for the first time. And Jesse, if there is an old war horse, a real war daddy in the training facility, here he is, back to run the show again.
That's a great point, and there is no... Substitute for experience. There is a lot of expectation for this football team and for this offense because of that guy and because of all the big stages and all the big moments he's already played through in his career. A lot of people are really excited, David, because he has seen a lot of ball.
All the ball, all the defenses, has rid the emotion of being really high and really low, and so
cannot get away. It is a huge sack, and I can't imagine what he was thinking on that play. Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. Looking for a huge play. Oh, he dropped it, and what a missed opportunity early in this football game. The Longhorns line up to punt it away. 3 and out, and not much choice but to get rid of the ball. Signals for the fair catch, and that's where they'll put it in play just outside the 20. Louisville has it back in the offense, coming out ready to attack. This time around. A little too much on that one, just out of his reach. All right, guys, let's talk for a minute about Louisville. You start the season top 25. Clearly, expectations are flying your way, but with that might come some roadblocks.
Well, I think you got to take every week and every opponent one at a time. The number beside your name doesn't matter right now. The number matters late in the season. So you want to start the season fast. You want to be gelling on offense and on defense. I think that's the challenge early here.
Absolutely. Figuring out who you are. Obviously, some talented pieces, well thought of in the top 25, but a lot of season to go out and prove it. Day one, game one. Make that first impression.
They'll try to move the chains on 3rd and short from the 27. The give to the single back. Runs through a tackle. Gets it past the marker. He'll make a play on 3rd down. He's got enough for the first as they mark it at the 32.
Well, that's kind of the advantage of 3rd and medium, right? Is the defense, you keep them guessing. You could throw it, you can run it. That time they hand it off and they pick it up.
Yeah, you can see the D drop back a little bit. It creates a little bit of space. The running back blasts through, gets the first down.
And that's why QBs love their tight ends so much, right? Especially when they're athletic, because they make short throws turn into long gains because of his ability after the catch. It's so unique and special. He is dominant in this offense.
Looking downfield on 1st down. The short hands, it's Brown. And he'll step across the sidelines after making a good gain on that one. So now it's 2nd and long. They'll leave it with him. They'll finally drag him down, but not before he gets it to the 40, and it's a 1st down. The Cardinals come to the line with a new set of downs. Use the play fake, now to throw. Shoots it to the left. And the physical play there forces the incompletion on 1st down. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. Plenty of work to do here on 2nd and long. Off the boot, looking for his man. Finds the tight end. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play. It'll be 3rd and long. Wide receiver comes in motion. On 3rd and long, he's going to have to throw for it. And the Heat gets home. They knock him down back at the 45. And the Cardinals will punt it away on 4th down. This will be the 2nd time they've had to kick it away. The ball hits at the 5, and it'll go into the end zone for a send out the offense. They went 3 and out on their first possession. Now to see if they can be more productive this time around. Fires to the tight end. And an absolutely fearless tackle. Giving up size, still got him on the turf.
That's a great example of the defense there, tackling the catch. As soon as the big fella caught the ball, down he went, not picking up the first.
They'll leave it with the lone back. And he's very fortunate to get it back to the line of scrimmage, greeted by a sea of defenders.
Defense is about firing off, hitting it. Guys, and staying in your gaps, everybody knowing where they're supposed to be. You could tell the defense, everyone was right where they're supposed to be, and nowhere to run.
Caught close to the marker, it's Wingo. Across the 35, out of bounds at the 36, and a really good pickup as they're starting to move.
Well, we know this guy is special, and because of that, his quarterback is looking to him on critical down and distances. There on that third down, there was no question. It wouldn't have mattered if he was single covered, double covered, man, zone. That's where he was going with it, and the big-time playmaker outside picks up the first.
They've got the screen set up, and after the tackle, we are headed to the end of the first quarter. The end of the first quarter, and it has been a defensive battle, and the stats tell the tale so far. So second down here as we're back at it after the break. They'll try the right side. And they'll move the chains and get it to the 47-yard line.
Well, obviously the offense went 3 and out on their last drive. They're having a little bit more success here. That was a nice run, and I think that's the key, guys. If they're able to run the football, they're going to be able to stay on the field. And I think that's something you want to think more about if you're the play caller on offense.
Quickly complete. Turning it on. They finally get to him, but what a play there to pick up the first down.
Well, that's one the DB, I think, would like to have back. Out route, he was in man coverage. If he could have just got out of his break a little bit sooner, he might have had a chance to intercept that one and take it to the house.
Makes the catch. It's Washington. And a good job in coverage there as they stop it after just a few. This is the kind of game, a top 25 matchup in the early season, that you look for when you're trying to build your resume.
Yeah, these are so fun because as a player you kind of get bored if you don't get challenged. But when you got an early season challenge like this, all the adrenaline, all the juice, oh, you're ready to rock and roll.
I love this. We've had this game circled for a long time because we learn a lot in these types of games. What are these teams about? Which conferences are better? You're going to get a lot of answers today.
And the Longhorns kept this drive moving on the ground. Now back to work. They're going to go right back to him on first down. And he runs it in for the score. Touchdown, Texas! Getting set for the extra point after putting the scoreboard to work for the first time. And he's got the extra point, and it's 7-0 to start this one.
The best running backs are the guys that can just sniff out the end zone. That running back showed you all of his freakish ability on that play.
Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. The Louisville offense is headed back out on the field. They're looking for something, looking for anything to try to put some kind of score on the board, down 7-0. And with the completion out to the sideline, they'll pick up a couple. That's the kind of play that can really get you going as they get it out to the 36. They say success rate can be picking up about 4 or so on first down, 1st and 10. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that. Let's take a look at the big picture for Louisville. The portal can work wonders if you have specific holes to fill. Breathe a little new life and energy into the program. David, these guys went in there, got a nice little haul that really could set them up for success this season.
They did, and they didn't go bonkers and go crazy, Jesse. I like how they just saw a couple guys that they thought fit their system, fit their culture, and now they're bringing them in so they can rise the tide of this team.
Yeah, this feels like a curated roster, right? They only had a few holes that they had to fill up, and they went out, they put their effort in.
Just too much heat that time, and they knock him down at the 31.
Well, I think one of the biggest reasons why this team is finding themselves in a hole here in the first half is this has been a sack party. They can't keep the defense off of their quarterback. They haven't been able to get the ball deep down the field, throwing it with the consistency they want because they can't keep their quarterback standing up straight.
Really explosive when he gets his hands on the ball, and he found a couple of crevices and made a nice game before being run out of bounds. And here comes the Texas offense back on the field. They reeled off a long touchdown drive the last time. They had a much better field position this time around. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage.
And it really doesn't matter what the decision is on the RPO. When your defensive line can reset the line of scrimmage like that, get off blocks, and make plays.
Got his man down the middle. They're able to get him stopped just shy of the first down marker.
This quarterback right now is in a groove, and he's doing a nice job in pre-snap. He's reading the coverage, and he's getting an idea of where he wants to go with the football. That's why the ball's coming out of his hands so quickly. That's why he seems like he's in a great way.
The Longhorns come to the line on 3rd down, trying to keep this drive alive. Quarterback keeper. Good execution. They move the sticks, and they've got it at the 33.
Well, you wonder how this guy is so dynamic. It's because of his speed. You simply can't coach that. You saw it on that last carry.
The give to the tailback. There he goes. Big pickup on the ground here to keep this drive moving and give them a first down. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. And the Longhorns are on the move. They'll run it in the red zone. It's Baxter. Headed to the end zone. Can't quite cross the plane to get the 6, but they'll have the first down.
First down, physicality wins football games. Being able to run the football and create balance. And right here, just choose up another first down. Gives you another chance to maybe continue to run the football.
And I feel like this guy, too, is just an explosive play waiting to happen. His vision, his quickness, and he's got a burst. If you give this guy just a crease, he's going to hit it. And right now, he's doing some damage on this defense.
Trying to slam in. And he takes it in for the score. Touchdown, Longhorns!
Yeah, and now this offense building that lead. It's still the first half, but I tell you what, shown some glimpses of why they could become a really, really good offense. Listen, you go into halftime, more of the same, right? Continue to do what you're doing, take care of the football. This offense has looked really good in the first half.
They're getting set to kick it away, and that last score took a little oomph out of this crowd. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. Louisville has it back in the offense, coming out ready to attack. Getting late here in the first half, they'll have a chance to make this a one-possession game.
And the offensive play caller here has to really be dialed in. It's important down 2 possessions, David, that they're able to score some points. So you got to call your best stuff in this 2-minute situation.
And such a good opportunity to cut into a 1-score game, create that momentum, get some good juices going for the second half, because obviously, you know, you built yourself a little bit of a deficit. You need some good things.
Pass rush, gets there, gets home, gets him down at the 23. Timeout called by the defense. It's their first of the half as they'll go to the sideline and try to make adjustments. On 3rd and long, try to convert through the air. Setting up the screen. Oh, he's got some space. They make the stop about 4 yards short of the first down. Quick timeout by the defense there, trying to make sure everyone has the same call. Punt is on its way. Makes the catch, and now looking for just a little bit of daylight. They'll get down and put a stop to this return. They'll mark it at the 32. And here come the Horns. They've got it again on offense. They take over late and they have enough time to put together a drive. They've had a really productive first half so far, and they'll try to add to it here. He has 60 yards rushing already here in the first half. It's a season opener, but he's in midseason form. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. To the air, it's Murphy. Quick completion on the out. They'll say he goes out of bounds, mark it at the 46.
This offense is clicking, and clearly everything is working. The offensive coordinator's calling good plays. The quarterback and his unit is executing. And this defense right now, they have no answers.
Makes the catch. And a good job of coverage by that defense. Just a short pickup.
I think quarterback dropping back, understanding I'm getting zone coverage. All I got to do is be a little bit patient, manipulate that defense a little bit. My wide receiver runs that drag, and I get the first down.
Brought down at the 31. It is a first down. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. The Longhorns have it with a 1st and 10. He might want another play. Wants to go up top on first down. Under fire. The offense will quickly use a timeout. The Longhorns trying to find their way forward after the big loss on the last play. They'll go to work in the air on 2nd down. A shot toward the end zone. And that's going to be incomplete. Going for broke on 2nd down, but 3rd down's coming up. Trying to pick up a first down. On 3rd and long, he's going to have to turn one loose downfield. He's not afraid to go deep. Throw to the sideline, and it's complete, and they've got a big play. Running out of time here in the first half. They're going to have to be efficient to put some points on the board before the break. This one.
No gain on the play. Brings up 2nd and goal.
Defense rose up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a 2nd and long coming. Looking to pass. It's Murphy. The sweet feet keeping the play alive. Let's it fly. Touchdown, Texas! Fired in from the red zone for the score.
They have been road warriors here in this game, coming into a tough environment, but in all 3 phases, they have been absolutely dominant. Their defense is not allowed a point, and the offense is going up and down the field, and they score another touchdown here before the end of the first half.
Kickoff unit back to work, and they have been busy as they've built this sizable lead. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. They'll come out and take a knee, and that should send us to halftime. That's the end of the 2nd quarter. That means it's time to join Kevin in our halftime update.
Thanks, fellas. The end of a fascinating first 2 quarters of football in Louisville. And it's been a dynamite first half, leading to a one-sided score right now. It's not over, but I think both sides know this is on the verge of a blowout. That opposing defense is inside its locker room right now wondering 2 things. What just happened, and what do we do now to try to make this respectable? With that said, let's send it back to the guys at L&N Federal Credit Union Stadium.
Thanks for that breakdown, Kevin. The Cardinals will kick it away to crank up the second half. And he hauls it in, and everybody's on the edge of their seats. And good work by the coverage team to get the return man down on the ground. So Texas has it again, and here comes the offense. Let's see if they can keep that first half momentum rolling. They'll keep it on the ground to start the second half. That kind of play will get a drive started or help your field position. They've got it at the 27.
This is going to be a big key for him, David, with the lead here in the second half, running the football, right? Staying on the field and bleeding the clock.
Yeah, run the football. You're ahead. You can be a little bit more conservative. But again, this opens up the pass. This keeps everything in balance for this offense.
And he got smacked just as he released the pass. It's incomplete.
And this offensive line's got to do a little better job, man. You've got to give your quarterback time to go through his progressions. Go to 1 to 2 and then maybe make a play. And he goes off of his first target, and you can tell he did not have much time getting hit as he's trying to throw the football. You've got to protect your quarterback.
And the Longhorns come to the ball trying to pick up this third and short. To the air, it's Murphy. And he's got him. And he's brought down after a nice game.
When you're a playmaker like this guy is, your coaches are going to dial up plays intended for you, especially on third down. That's what you saw in that last play. There was no question where the quarterback was going with that football. All week long, they decided on the biggest downs of this game, we're going to target our best player, and we're going to make sure that he gets looks. It doesn't matter what the coverage is. You saw it right there on that play.
After picking up a couple at 2nd and 8. Looking to fire. And that one's incomplete. Now facing a 3rd and long. Quarterback may change this route. On 3rd down, he'll try to pick it up through the air. Fires to the big fella. He's brought down at the 49. That is well short of the first down.
They're able to find the tight end for an easy completion, but good job tackling, not allowing him to get the first down.
It's 4th down and 6, and they'll try to convert. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. Just a short pass to the tight end. Will not get there. A 4th down stop. Trying to start the drive with a pass. Finds his tight end. He gets it up to midfield, forced out of bounds at the 50. And the Cardinals with a 2nd and short to keep this drive moving. They'll move the wide receiver. Give to Brown. And this one will be stopped for no gain.
Man, not much wiggle room for the ball carrier there.
I'm not really sure what they can do to try to create some space.
I know. Block better. How about the offensive lineman push some guy backwards and make some holes?
With the catch, it's Hughes. They convert on 3rd down as he gets it to the 46-yard line. The Cardinals have it with a 1st and 10. To the air on 1st down. Quickly out to the tight end. Didn't pick up a lot there. Moved it forward just a few. Plenty of distance between them and the sticks here on 2nd down. Off the play fake. The sure hands. It's Brown. And his molars are probably rattling after that big hit, but he did get the first down. In search of their first touchdown of the game, they are on the move with a 1st and 10. They just keep firing. And the defense gets home and makes a play at the 37-yard line.
And it's been a long day for this offense. If you can't protect your quarterback, it's hard to be successful. That's the 5th sack they have given up. The offensive coordinator has no answers, and this defense has been flying around.
Very little running room, if any, and he just hasn't had anywhere to go in this one. If every journey begins with a step, this offense needs to step into a 3rd down conversion and then try to turn it into some scores, and fast. They would not let him get close. Stopped at the 26. It'll be 4th down. They'll have to settle for a field goal attempt. He'll try to put up the 3 ball from 43 yards away. Never a doubt. Right down the middle. And for a quick update, let's go to Kevin Connors in the studio.
Terrific showdown this week, guys. Let's take a look at what's going on. Illinois has been blitzed from the opening kick, and as you can see, the score right now is a lot to a little. Let's see how this coach tries to explain this. They're trailing by 21 to Missouri. Just another week of college football where we've come to expect the unexpected. Fellas?
And how about that one? Devin will be keeping an eye on everything going on elsewhere.
And I think this has probably been the most surprising thing of this game so far. This guy's one of the best running backs in the entire country. They just can't get him going. He's never been able to get into a rhythm. You got to give the defense so much credit because they have been able to shut this guy down, and they got to keep that up here in the second half. And there's really no secret to it, David. When this guy's running well, this offense is so hard to stop.
It opens up everything, and he's having a great day, showing you a little bit of everything, and this offense has got it rolling on the ground.
Caught over the middle. It's Baxter. Breaks into the open. Found enough room to get it into enemy territory. They're down at the 43-yard line. Guys, it is Texas who holds the lead. They built a comfortable lead after 3 quarters of play. Let's take a look at how we got here. They go back to work in the final period of this one. Back to pass, it's Murphy. That's caught. It's Lockett. Really nice job there by both guys to throw and the catch to work that defense and get the 1st down.
You know what's interesting? At this point of the game, with the lead in the 4th quarter, the defense is expecting them to run the ball, and because they're putting so many guys close to the line of scrimmage, they're taking advantage, throwing it 2 straight completions now back-to-back.
Makes the grab. He steps out of bounds right at the 15-yard line.
This slot receiver is a guy the defense has to be careful of. He runs good routes. He's got some speed, and if you're not careful, this guy can gash you.
The Longhorns in a good spot here with 2nd and short. He's got it on the move. Touchdown, Longhorns! And the pummeling has started.
Nice job on the route and catch by the tight end scoring that touchdown. And it doesn't matter what play this offense calls. All game long, everything has been working. This has been a master class in offensive productivity.
Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. The Louisville offense is headed back out on the field. Weeks like this are tricky, but you have to respond better than they have, and I would expect they'll take a major hit in the rankings next week. And they'll spot it at the 45. That's good enough for a 1st down. After the big play to start, now they are on the move at their own 45. Wants to throw on 1st down. Finds his big tight end. On the move at the 30. Big gain on that one as he steps out of bounds with a 1st down. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. They ripped off a huge chunk, and now a little chunk is needed to pay it off. They'll dial up the run on 1st and goal. That is a big win for this defense, as they were right there as soon as he got the ball. Can the D deny them on 2nd and goal? Back to pass. Pocket breaking down. Not much of a chance there. He just had to get rid of it to avoid the sack.
The offense came into this game knowing that for them to win, they were going to have to make some big plays throwing the football. That just has not been the case. Here in the 4th quarter, they've been held to less than 200 passing yards, and that's really the story of the game, guys.
Going for 6. Throw to the end zone. It's picked off.
And as a defensive lineman late in the game, man, when you know it's passed, you're pinning your ears back, trying to get to the quarterback, and DBs are trying to do this. Pad them stats, get the INT. Nice job by this D.
Here comes the Texas offense. Quickly to the tight end. Stopped after a good pickup, and he'll be just a tad short of the 1st down. Really good concept there to get things going and use the tight end early.
Yeah, I mean, just such a great job on 1st down, setting up an easier 2nd down. Understanding I don't always have to push the ball down the field, but see the tight end, make the throw. No, it's not a big game. It makes life really easy on that 2nd down.
Well, this is a defense that we know takes tons of pride stopping the run. That's where it all starts and ends with them, and you saw a great effort on that last play.
And the Longhorns come to the line on 3rd and short, looking to keep the drive moving. He lobs one high down the left side. And they can't hook up on the big play, and that brings up a 4th down.
Well, you knew you were going to see it in this game, throwing the go route to one of the fastest players in all of college football. This receiver strikes fear in the heart of every defense because he's got elite track speed.
Picked off. What a play to set him up. Looking for more room. Touchdown, Louisville. The defense putting points on the board.
Love to see the defense still fighting hard this late in the game. Great job jumping the route, catching it, takes it back for a touchdown. Not too much time to celebrate, though. You're still trailing in this game. Still got some work to do, but no doubt that play is going to give this defense a little bit more confidence.
The Longhorns sending the offense back onto the field. Well, the good news is they threw a touchdown pass last time. It was just to the wrong team, Jesse.
Well, that's an unfortunate part of the game for quarterbacks, but guess what? They do happen. So you've got to be able to turn the page here and lead this offense.
Well, I think you know this defense is going to be aggressive. They're going to jump routes. They're going to play aggressive. You got to take advantage of that. Maybe use that this time to your advantage.
Brought down at the 25-yard line. Give him 15 yards on the pickup in this offense. 5-yard line, it's 1st and 10. Back to pass, it's Murphy. Here's a heat. Catch in the middle, it's Lockett. And they pick up just a few on that completion.
My old coach said you'll never go broke taking a profit. Take what's there, take the positive yards, and never complain.
Now he's going to break the pocket. Here on 3rd down. Quarterback adjusting the pattern. On 3rd and long, you'll have to turn it loose deep. Pulls it in. It's McCutcheon. Turning it on. Out of bounds, right at the 20-yard line. Edge of the red zone, and they have their eyes on a score. And on 4th down, they'll try to salvage the drive with a field goal. He splits the uprights. And that will extend their lead even further. They're really starting to extend that lead as they get ready to kick it away again.
And they just tack on more points to this big lead. Listen, 4th quarter was sitting extremely pretty. All we got to do, not give up big plays, make them earn everything they get the rest this way, and we looking pretty good.
Louisville has it back in the offense, coming out ready to attack. Boy, they had that last drive moving a little bit, David, but then the mistake just crushed them.
Yeah, and those mistakes are going to happen. You're going to throw the football, you're going to throw interceptions. But I think I stay aggressive with this offense. I get back to what I did in the first part of that drive that made me successful.
I agree, David. Just turn the page if you're a quarterback, right? On this drive, you did a lot of good things there leading up to that pick. Forget about it, move on, play the next play.
Looking to throw on first down. Got the quick pass. He goes out of bounds right at midfield. And the Cardinals can really attack on this second and short. The inside handoff. Not much to show for it. This defense has kept them bottled up all day. This side of midfield, the defense trying to rise up on third and short from the 49. Got it in the middle. It's Hughes. And they explode on that one, and they've got it down to the 22. The Cardinals want to move quickly.
Well, I'll give this offense some credit because they've got a lot of fight. There is no quit in them, and they're obviously trailing by a big amount in this game. They haven't had a lot of success, but they're still taking shots, and their players are still out there competing.
Looking to throw on first down. Got his man on the right. They'll spot the ball at the 12 after that completion. Trying to get everybody set with the clock still running. They're looking to throw on second and short. Let's it go to the end zone. And it's caught. Touchdown, Cardinals.
Nice job by the offense going down the field, putting points on the board, but you're still down a couple possessions. Still need some good things to happen. You need your kicker to go there and get warmed up. We need an onside. We need to score some points. We need a lot of things to go right to win this football game.
Let's go to the studio now and check in with Kevin Connors. Kevin, what do you got?
All right, guys, a little update on what else is happening in college football this weekend. James Madison needs to pick up the pace, but this puppy is far from over. And with this crowd there in Harrisonburg behind them, I'm kind of banking on a comeback.
With the catch, it's McCutcheon.
It's a touchdown game. They're trailing by 7 to Central Michigan. We'll circle back if anything changes in this exciting college football matchup.
Thanks for the update on that one, Kevin. Let us know when it goes final. Trying to make... There he goes! They'll force him out of bounds after a solid pickup on the play.
Well, look, I love the fact that he scrambled. You can't take a sack. You can't take a negative play at this point in the game. I just wish he would have... bounds, though. You got to know as a quarterback here, we've got the lead, it's late. If I get tackled in bounds, the clock keeps ticking.
Grab near the sticks. It's locking. Defense makes a stop, but the chains move, and it's 1st and goal from the 8. Defense uses a timeout quickly, trying to get that ball back and preserve time for their offense. A great chance to put this game away with a score here on 1st and goal. He's got it. That throw and catch gets them down to the 6, and the defense is running out of answers. Quick timeout called by the defense, stopping the clock to save as much time as possible for their offense. They keep pushing forward, now back to work on 2nd and goal from the 6. He wants it all. Touchdown, Texas! Quick strike through the air for the score.
Well, these players came together. I've been so impressed, not just by the talent, but also by their composure. Handling this kind of environment in the first game of the season, this says a lot about the leadership in that locker room.
Texas, 38, Louisville, 17.
And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. The Louisville offense is headed back out on the field. It has been a rather forgettable day that's finally coming to a close, David.
Yeah, it's been an awful day. I mean, just not functioning well on offense. Defense giving up a lot of points. This is a day, Palmer, they'll like to forget.
Yeah, you're going to find out a lot about their character right now. Obviously, not what they hoped this would be, and that's demoralizing for a lot of these kids that have worked really hard in practice all week. But at this point here, you're just trying to prove to your coaching staff that you're not going to quit.
Looking downfield on 1st down. Got a man. It's Brown. Defense. On that loose ball, it'll be a turnover.
And that's a huge play by the defense. Great job and great effort getting to the ball carrier and swatting at the football, knocking it out, and then falling on it for a massive fumble recovery.
So now the Longhorns take over and they'll send out the offense. And the veteran presence is obvious for this senior behind center. And he's thrown it all over the place. Been a bit of a mismatch, candidly, Jesse.
I think there were high expectations for this guy coming into the year, but I don't know if anyone thought it would look this good. He has been so dialed in today. When he's doing the work during the week leading up to the game, boy, oh boy, it shows up on game day. He's got a lot of talent, but you combine the mental approach to that talent, this guy's virtually unstoppable.
Passing game very effective on 2nd down. What about here on 3rd? Quarterback making adjustments. To the air, it's Murphy. On target. He did not make it a stone wall on 3rd down. The offense wastes no time getting the timeout call. They already have a comfortable lead up by multiple possessions, but they're going to go for it here on 4th down. Quarterback moving. On the run deep down the right side. Can't hook up on the long throw, and fourth down goes by the boards for this offense. They'll crank up this drive with the pass. Intercepted, and the defense has set him up. He's brought down. A short return, but the defense comes out on top with a pick. Great place to start for this offense. Wants to go up top on first down. Not quite in rhythm there. Incomplete.
And that's a good stop for this defense. And listen, there hasn't been a lot of positive today, but like this. Game strong. I think that'll be the message from the defensive coordinator. Can we get a stop? Can we get them off the field? I know lots went wrong, but like let's live in this moment and try to be great right here to end the game.
Fires to the big fella. Tackle is made at the 27. Let's give him 10 yards on the play, and it is enough for a first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. The give on the option. And he is stopped at the line of scrimmage. Clock is all zeros, and time has expired here. I know both of these teams were ranked, guys, but it really seemed as if they weren't on the same level in this game.
I think that was a pretty good statement game for these guys. I mean, you're ranked higher, you're more talented. A lot of people point to this game. Possible upset, two really good teams. Jesse, they made it clear. There's only one really good team. It was them. They were the favorite, and they just made a point of it.
You're right. Not all ranked teams are created equal. One of these teams is a college football playoff contender. The other simply is not. And that demonstrated itself today. The higher-ranked team is a team with national championship aspirations. They've got so much talent. They look good today.
Thanks so much for spending some time with us. For David Pollack and Jesse Palmer, I'm Reese Davis, and this has been another presentation of EA Sports College Football.